and welcome to My Career in Data, a podcast where we discuss with industry leaders and experts how they have built their careers. I'm your host, Shannon Kemp, and today we're talking to Sanjal Kanti Howlader from Greene King Limited.
With a robust catalog of courses offered on demand and industry-leading live online sessions throughout the year, the DATAVERSITY Training Center is your launchpad for career success. Browse the complete catalog at training.dataversity.net and use code DVTalks for 20% off your purchase.
Hello and welcome. My name is Shannon Kemp and I'm the Chief Digital Officer at DATAVERSITY, and this is My Career in Data, a DATAVERSITY Talks podcast dedicated to learning from those who have careers in data management, to understand how they got there and to talk with people who help make those careers a little bit easier. To keep up to date in the latest in data management education, go to dataversity.net/subscribe. Today, we are joined by Sanjal Kanti Howlader, Insight Analyst from Greene King Limited. And normally, this is where a podcast host would read a short bio of the guest, but in this podcast, your bio is what we're here to talk about. Sanjal, hello and welcome.
Hi, Shannon. And thank you for having me for this session.
Oh, thank you so much for being here and being willing to share your story. Really appreciate it. So tell me, you're an Insight Analyst from Greene King Limited.
Yeah.
So for those who may not know, what type of business is Greene King Limited?
Greene King is UK's one of the largest pub and hospitality industries, belong to hospitality industry. So it provides hospitality experience to the customers, and we operate like more than 1,000 of pubs, restaurants, and hotels across the country. And we also brew a large number of beer as well. So all of our focus is to providing the best experience to the customer.
Oh, I like it. So as an Insight Analyst, what is it that you do?
Well, as an Insight Analyst, my primary focus is to turning data into insights. And for doing this, I collect the data from various sources and preparing those data sets and then analyzing those and turning into the insights. And apart from this, I also prepare dashboards and making a lot of reports and giving it to the stakeholders. And also, parallelly, I also work on some advanced analytics projects, like preparing doing the regression analysis for identifying the drivers that behind the customer satisfaction, and also doing some segmentation work as well. So it is the work that I do in this role.
When you are creating the dashboards and you're creating those insights, what is there a common practice that are you helping to find your customers find the value in their data? What's the most common or the best practice that you used in working with your customers?
Yeah, so for the customers, one thing that we keep in mind that we need to prepare something that will align with their questions, like what they wanted to know, and make it as simple as possible for them. So that, we are doing a lot of technical stuffs in course of our analysis, and also while doing some technical modeling kind of things, etc. But whenever it goes to the non-technical person, especially our stakeholders, who may not have that much technical knowledge or technical understanding. So our main goal is to prepare this as simple as possible, and that aligns with the business objective and business need. That is the thing that we follow everywhere.
Very, very nice. So you work with a lot of data in your job. You've mentioned it a little bit already about how you're working with data. So kind of give me a day-to-day. I mean, how are you curating it? How do you go in with a customer and ask them, find out what those questions are that they want to know about?
So basically, we do, as we have a lot of data in our site, like in different sources, various sources, like we have customer feedback data, survey data, and also the system generated data, operations teams data, and digital teams data as well. But whenever we work with our stakeholders, we every time we set up a meeting and also, if possible, face-to-face discussion with them. We arrange those to understand what are the problems they wanted to solve. So this is the main thing that we need to understand properly. And what are the resources that they have used previously to solve this problem? And what we have in our end in terms of data-wise and in terms of few previous works that we can support to them. So after that, we start any project and then we do like our groundwork, bringing those data from the source and prepare those and analyzing and then create the output for our stakeholders.
Oh, I love that question. I love that you don't just ask what is your question? What is it that you want to know? But you ask, what have you tried before? I love that question. What hasn't worked?
Right.
Yeah. That's a great question. So, okay, so let's talk a little bit more about how you got into doing what you're doing. So tell me, Sanjal, when you were about 6 years old, what was the dream? What did you say? When I grow up, I'm going to be, what did you dream that you were going to be an Insight Analyst?
Oh, well, not at all. I mean, at that age, I never thought about it, but not right at the 6 years of age, but a little bit older than that, like when I was in 8 or 9 years old. So it would be sounded funny to you, but I wanted to become an actor. I mean, in movie or theater, actor mainly the hero, so that I can solve the problem. Because I, I have seen that whenever there is a problem arises, so hero comes and he solves everything. So that was in my mind. So
I love that. Yeah.
after few years, I mean, when I was in high school, I was reading a lot of novels, especially the detective novels and books. So then I thought I would become a detective and I'll solve the mysteries and solve the problem of people's life. So what happened? So I have been graduated in applied statistics. I've done my undergrad and master's degree in it, and after doing this, I've joined in telecommunication as an analyst, a data analyst, and in there, my first ever assignment was to prepare a segmentation. I mean, we had a sample data set, and I was running a simple segmentation by SPSS. So, and then after doing this, what I have seen with the real data set, I have seen when I have done the profiling of each of every segments, I have found some interesting thing. And it basically answered a lot of unanswered questions. And I was fascinating to see this. And then I decided, okay, this is my area. And this is how with the data, I can solve some real problem that organizations are facing. So from there, I have decided that, I'd pursue my career in this area.
Oh, that's very interesting. I love that. You've been a problem solver your whole life.
Yeah, that was my aspiration.
Yeah. I've heard many reasons for wanting to be an actor, and that I love that one. That's a new one. Is to be the superhero who comes in and solves everything. That's fantastic. So okay, so so you're working in telecom. You're moving through. Walk me through your kind of your career. Like, what's the next job? I mean, what are the steps and jobs that you took to get to where you are now, working with Greene King Limited?
Well, I first started my career with telecommunication as data analyst. So I've been working there for, 13 long years. And I did, a lot of analytics project, and also building some prediction models like popular churn prediction models, segmentation models, cross-sell, upsell modeling, etc. And also I was in the analytics team, customer analytics team, and later I become the head of that team as well. And at that time, after that, then I have decided to move in UK. So there is a reason behind this, because my wife was very much interested to doing her PhD, and she got a very nice offer from the UK university. So then, and it was extremely difficult for her to do her PhD with or without our son. So yeah, so then I came in to the play, and then I said that no worries, I'll support you. And then I have decided, why not I try my skill in different industry and in different country. So from there, I have moved into the UK, and then I have got the job in UK anti-doping, which is a sports governance industry. So there, I have prepared a lot of dashboards and taking a lot of projects. There we mainly focused on the sports integrity. And then 2025 May, I have joined in Greene King. There I am working with the customer data set and also aligning those in the sales data, operations data, and yeah, producing to help help this company to focusing on the customer experience, how to improve this customer experience. So yeah.
Oh, very nice. What a great reason to move. Yeah, and that's amazing. And I love that you had the insight to say, okay, my skills are transferable. I think that's the best thing about data, right? I've met so many people in so many industries. Every industry, every company needs and uses data.
Yeah, exactly. And this is so much widely used nowadays. And a lot of companies, small to medium to large companies, I have seen that they are investing a lot in data analytics, and they are becoming a data-driven organization. So yeah, and I mean, you see that these skills, if you grow as a data analyst or data scientist, it is so much transferable across any industries. So
yeah. The world is your oyster. You can marry your skill set with something, industry, any industry that you're interested in.
Visit dataversity.net and expand your knowledge with thousands of articles and blogs written by industry experts, plus free live and on-demand webinars covering the complete data management spectrum. While you're there, subscribe to the weekly newsletter so you'll never miss a beat.
So tell me, what's been your biggest lesson so far in your career?
Well, in my career, I would say that, as I'm working with the data, my biggest lesson is that data alone cannot change everything. So it requires people, and people create the culture. So this is very important to set up a right culture to adapting this data analysis and making organization ready to, take the decision with the data set. That means making the organization as a data driven. So it requires, people and the culture. And on top of that, for the analyst and data scientists who are working with the data, they need to understand how to communicate this well to the non-technical person. So this is another important thing that carries a lot of weight, that your wonderful work that was, in that work, behind this, you had a lot of technical work, technical things, and a lot of experiences involved in that work. But whenever you will be able to translate into plain words, and also it solves the problem that a stakeholder was looking for, at that time, your hard work paid off. So these are the things that I have understood. Yeah, this is the biggest lesson you can say.
Oh my gosh, those are great lessons, and we talk about it a lot in the podcast. Communication is so important. We even offer classes on communication. We have one that's specifically for analysts, the analytic translator, to help that communication and bridge that communication gap. It's hard. It's so hard, but so important.
Yeah, it's very important.
Yeah. Very important. So tell me, I mean, you've been working with data your whole career, so what is your definition of data?
Yeah, I mean, for me, data is beyond the numbers. And if you specifically understand, like, it's representation of behavior, also choices and experiences. So, and if you properly can utilize this, it can tell you a lot of stories, and also it can solve a lot of, I mean, uh, almost everything. I mean, every problems that have been created in the organizational world that can be solved by using this data. So I think it is the main fuel of what you are trying to do for the organization to improve the world and everything.
Yeah, right. So, with that very grand definition, because you're right, it can improve everything. Yeah. Do you see the importance of data management and the number of jobs working with data increasing or decreasing over the next 10 years, and why?
Well, it's a tricky question, and there is no straightforward answer for this. But what I think, I mean, I can bring some perspective here. So, like, let me give an example. So when I was working in telecommunication, and when we have launched our first predictive model, at the time, my manager, who was BI head at the time, he shared a story. I mean, 10 years back, from there, 10 years back, they were celebrating when they have been able to segregate the prepaid and postpaid revenue from the system data. So that was their biggest thing to celebrate at that time. In telco, in mobile phone industry, there are two types of connection. One is prepaid and one is postpaid. And they were not been able to segregate this at that time. So from there, when we have launched our first predictive model in production level, so he was amazed to see how far that industry grows around this data and analytics. And at that time, I was comparing how many people was working with the data and analytics at that time, and from there when they are launching the predictive model. So it was number increased day by day. And from here, if we see the next 10 years, so I can imagine probably the work, like analytics work, will not be in the same form. Definitely it will evolve a lot of things and it will change. But the people who will be working with this, I think the number will increase. This will open a lot of other doors where requires people's involvement, and people will contribute to that as well. So I think it will increase in future.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think the human in the loop is so important. Although I just heard somebody advise, to rephrase that thinking, like that it's AI in the loop. It's not human in the loop, it's AI in the loop.
Yeah.
Helping us out.
Right, yeah.
So what advice then would you look to give to people looking to get into a career in data management in any aspect?
Well, yeah, I can share a few things. Like, so first thing is, people who want to build their career in data management, data analytics side. So they need to be curious. So if you are curious, you'll be able to solve the problem 50%. And definitely in early days, you have to spend some time to learning the tools. Like, there are a lot of tools like SQL for crunching and preparing the data, Python to do some analysis, preparing models, and also the tools like Power BI to prepare dashboards in it. So you must need some knowledge about these tools. And whenever you are proficient with it, so you need to interpret the data and outcomes of your analysis. Therefore, you need some knowledge about the statistics as well. And with this combination, then comes the communication part. Then you'll have to communicate this to your stakeholders. So, and I'm sure that part will be grow whenever you will be more experienced. So it will grow over the time. So that happened with me as well. So I think these are the most important few things that I can advise to the young people who are aspiring to be a build their career in data management and data analyst or data scientist. Yeah.
Such good advice. And I wish I had that. We talk a lot about curiosity, in this podcast, and I wish I had that advice early on in my career. I just was so determined to be right about everything. I wasn't curious enough. I wasn't asking enough questions. I just was afraid that I might be deemed less than, or like that wasn't my job. Like my job was to know everything, and you just can't. You have to ask. You have to have that curiosity to really succeed in what you're doing.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So this is not in. It is not only helpful in their early stage of the career. Even it is applicable for me as well. I mean, nowadays, whenever I've moved industry to industry, and I have changed the country as well. So everything was new for me. So only thing to know everything better is to ask question, to be curious. So it is helping me a lot nowadays as well.
Yeah, I bet. Because big moves like that can be scary, but people are, especially in the world of data, I find are very willing to answer your questions and help.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Sanjal, this has been such a pleasure chatting with you. Congrats on your big moves and everything that you are doing. If people wanted to learn more about Greene King Limited, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, where would they go?
Well, they can ask me directly. I have a LinkedIn profile as well. So through my LinkedIn profile, they can ask me any question regarding Greene King or any data related issues as well. And apart from this, Greene King is, as I said, is one of the largest company in UK. So they can simply search in the web. They can get everything about the Greene King.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And we'll be sure to put your LinkedIn on the podcast page as well. So thank you so much for taking the time today to share your story.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And to all of our listeners out there, if you'd like to keep up to date in the latest in data management education, you may go to dataversity.net/subscribe. Until next time, stay curious, everyone. Thank you for listening to DATAVERSITY Talks, a podcast brought to you by DATAVERSITY. Subscribe to our newsletter for podcast updates and information about our free educational webinars at dataversity.net/subscribe.